This is the DIC information I'm getting. Reduced engine power. I don't know whether you can tell. The engine's definitely misfiring right now. The engine's shaking. It's having problems. The code tells me that there is a number 4 ignition issue. Well, it's a diesel, so it's to the fuel injector. So I'm going to get a better plug, but it was a Saturday. There was nothing I could do, so I had to order an overnight one from Amazon. It's pretty cheap. We'll put it on today to see if it works. That way I can get to town and we'll see how this one does. The scan on this 2017 Duramax says it's the number 4 injector, which is going to be right under there. We're hoping it's the plug because that's what we got coming from Amazon today. So basically, you need to loosen that nut, pull the pipe off. The 2 fuel lines will have to come off, and there's 2, won't come into focus, but right there and one beside it are 10 millimeter bolt. Actually, it's an M6, but 10 millimeter head. Those have to come off, then we got to get that cover off. That nut right there is an 11 or 7/16. I'm not going to take it all the way off, but I am going to take it up enough that I can expand the clamp and then get a pick down in there. It's only been on there for 260,000 miles. Never been touched. So, can you guess how tight that hose is going to be? Yeah, me too. Well, this loosened up really easy. That, I gotta tell you, that came off way too easy. Now I'll take some paper towels. And plug both ends, and we're gonna pull this out of the way. Now, conventional wisdom would be to pull out the inner fender liner, because that does make this a lot easier. Just take all those screws out and this liner just comes right out. But with tools, we'll try. Now, so I've got those 2 bolts loosened back. I haven't taken them all the way off. I did lose a 10 millimeter wrench or socket too, somewhere down in the depths. You either lose them, they just disappear from the toolbox, or anyway, I digress. So there's 2 fuel lines right there that have to be unbuckled, and they got those little clips on them that come off. And then I got this kit, and I'll try and show you one-handed best I can. These clips, they should just pull off like that, up in the back like that, see, and then it'll just slide forward out from under like that. So now we'll take those tools and it'll clamp around that and it'll slide in there and it'll release the detents, and in theory those should pop off. I'm going to clean the lines first, so I'm not going to lie to you, that one's already off. But you just clamp this around the hose, you push it up in there until you feel the detents give, and then you pull it out of the way. Let's see if I can't show you the other one. Okay. Slip the tool over the pipe, and watch, it'll, see how it detented in? So it's released the clamps. This should get you, just pull off, just like that. Now, I'm going to block these off too. That would be tragic if they got dirt in them. Well, that there, I'm hoping, is my problem. So there's number 2. 1, 2, 4. There's the injector. Now we just wait on Amazon. Should be here in a minute. Okay, these are meant to where they just won't pop off. It's like a safety lock. So see, there's the button, and it won't press because this red thing, the red clip is locking it. So you pull that back. Now that'll depress. And when it depresses, so this may be a huge mistake, but this is the cover that covered the injectors for heat and noise. I'm going to cut it in half between the two dimples, the locating, and the two bolts. That way I can put the back half on, and if I have to work on the first two injectors again, then I don't have to take the fuel lines off. I can just leave this part on. Maybe a mistake, but we're going to give it a try. So now what I'm going to do, gotta get my hand out of the way. I'm going to cut back the tape as far as I can go, and then I'll cut these wires and put the new plug in. I went ahead and installed half the cover. I'm going to reconnect the fuel lines because we still have access to the number 4 injector. I will use some kind of a heat tape, and I'll tape that seam up so oil and stuff doesn't drip down in there. That's probably another thing it's protecting. But now while I wait on Amazon, I can at least get the fuel lines connected back up. So this should just be simple plug and play. On and click, here, click, on, oops, get back up there, on, and listen. And there we go. And here it is. I'll trim this back, leaving just a little bit for uh-ohs. So I've trimmed it back. I'm going to cut it right here, here. I'm told that it doesn't matter, but these are color coded for a reason. The new ones are just white. So I'm going to put the blue on the side with the plug facing down, because that's just the way this one is. I'm going to cut those, trim them, crimp the new one on, and we'll see. Okay, I left a little more cable than I wanted to, but this was a pretty cheap plug. I feel that I'm going to try and get a better one, but I got to see if this fixes the problem, and then we can go from there. But I'll have the better parts and everything linked below. It can help you in the crimpers and everything that go along with that. I'm going to put that hose back on and give it a shot. I do apologize. The video of actually crimping and putting on the wires, something happened to it that didn't come out. So basically, you take the new wires, crimp them onto the old ones, and then plug it in just like we took it off. And then I've got a little too much excess wire, but I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to keep this plug because it's got 1,000 miles on it and it is working great. Heat shrink the ends, wrap it up, and tie it back to the wires so it's tight. If this video helps or if you like it, please subscribe and like for more content. Thank you, and like I said, it's working great right now.